All right, hold on, y'all. See, we live. Yep, it says we live. We'll be right back.
Go Griot, go Griot, go Griot. Yeah, I'm in the city, yeah. I'm in the spot, in the vicinity. I'm the hottest up in the city, yeah, it really is. I studied the ones that was the realest, the illest, that invented that. Talking about Griots, West African passages for the streets, though. Adios, mio, make it get about the Afro-Latino. Fuck their traditions from Africa's West Central. Let's raise a toast to the ancestors of old. For the knowledge comes in the form of a griot, in the form of a griot.
All right, all right. Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back to the Griots Podcast. Um, we finna have some fun today. I hope we finna have some fun. I know we finna have some fun today. But first I'll let my beautiful sister introduce herself, and then I'll let the other co-hosts introduce themselves.
Ladies first.
Hey, yo, I'm so happy to be here. What up, good and wonderful people? My name is Dr. Ashley Wade. I'm a pharmacist. I'm the chief executive of a Silly magazine, much respect and proud of that. I said I was pharmacist, community, and literacy advocate. I am a curator, book club host, and I love my people. Happy Black History Month. Good people.
Yes.
Oh man, LaDarius, you up next.
What up?
What's up, everybody? My name is LaDarius. I'm a father, a writer, a motion graphic artist, work in higher ed, and I'm a lifelong learner. So yeah, excited for this episode.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's your man Sean P coming in live. I am the host. Sean P Experience, amongst other things, self-published author, spoken word artist, community activist, instructor, director, curator, mentor, amongst other things, man. Pass the ball to the red Thundercat up here.
Yeah, peace, and power. I am Kofi Piesie. I'm a writer, an author, ghostwriter, activist, a public speaker, entrepreneur, amongst other things. Oh, and founder of S.4 magazine. I always forget to mention S.4 magazine, and founder of S.4 magazine. All right, so first we'll get into it. We'll get into the opening segment. The opening segment is with my brother, Seanathan Polidore. You good, Sean? You all right?
Huh?
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. What's up? I'm getting this.
You just looking real serious right now, man.
No,
So
I'm reading my statement, man. I'm ready for the statement. Crazy. I'm prepared.
Yeah, no doubt.
You ready for me? You ready?
Yes, for sure.
Here we go.
Let's get into the opening segment.
Opening segment, man. So this is Black History Month, right? And I heard somebody say something profound in an interview a couple of days ago about we should honor the future as well during Black History Month, not just the past, right? So with that being said, I am honoring the sister Octavia E. Butler, who is known to be like the queen of Afrofuturism. So for those that don't know, Octavia E. Butler, born 1947 until 2006, was a pioneering African-American science fiction author and the first in her genre to win the MacArthur Genius Grant. Raised in Pasadena, California, she overcame dyslexia and poverty to become celebrated writer known for her intense social commentary and strong protagonist in her work like Kindred and Parable of the Story series. 5 fun facts about Octavia Butler. She's a literary trailblazer. She was the first to win the Science Fiction Award for the MacArthur Genius Grant. She is also the first Black woman to win both the Hugo and the Nublia Award, the top honors in science fiction for her work, including her novella called Blood Child. She was a genre-defying theme. Butler novels and short stories are noted for tackling complex social issues such as racism, inequality, environmental crisis, power dynamics, and often feature a female, black, or marginalized protagonist. She overcame early struggles. She struggled with dyslexia as a child and was very shy, finding solace in libraries and writing to create her own worlds. And then lastly, I would say she has a profound, prolific career. She published over a dozen acclaimed books, including the classic slave narrative time travel novel, Kindred, this is 1979, by the way, and Parable of the Soul series, which is 1993 through 1998, which so many people today feel like all the events happening right now in society, today's social climate, politics, and everything. Like she was pretty much a prophet for seeing these things. And even, I believe, the Parable of the Sword starts off in like 2024, by the way, which is like a couple years ago. So there's that, my opening segment. I thank y'all very much for listening. Until next time. So.
For sure. Let's get into the Griots says. Can y'all hear me pretty good, y'all?
You're good.
Okay. All right. So the Griot segment, what is a griot? We want to keep reiterating what is a griot because there are people who don't know what a griot or what a griotis is. So, and this is the Griot Podcast. So we want to continue to inform y'all what a griot or a griot and what a griotis is, right? So what is a griot and a griotis? They are unique to West Africa, professional encompass many roles. Pronounced griot have been referred to as a historian or storytellers, but there is no real words in the English language that includes all of their function. It is traditional griots could do, or griotis that could do everything from recounting history to composing music to teaching students and acting as diplomats. They are genealogists, historians, spokespersons, ambassadors, musicians, teachers, warriors, interpreters, praise singers, masters of ceremonies, advisors, negotiators, and mediators. Not every griot or griotis does all of these things, but these are examples of functions that the griot professional encompass. So there you have it of what a griot and a griotis is. The next segment. Oh, go ahead.
You know why that's important? I was on the podcast being a guest a few weeks ago. And at a certain point during the podcast, I was asked about breaking down the roles of the griot and the grioti and all this and that. And I'm so glad that every episode for 4 seasons, you have done that exact part right there. So just showing the importance of that particular segment being reiterated time and time again.
Yep, no doubt, because we have so many people that we talk about the griot and the griotis so much, but there are a lot of people who don't know. You know what I'm saying? And when I say something about it, you know, they like, what is a griot? Taking in particular, when we had our dear sister, Drea the Sunflower Poet, and when I first reached out to her to come on when we had the release of one of the books that we put out, you know, the opening up with a poem.
Yeah, the modern day griot.
Yeah, she like, what is a griot? What is a griot? Well, you know, and I'm thinking that, you know, because we talk about it so much, so we think everybody always know what a griot or griotis is, and a lot of people don't know until you inform. And once I think I informed her what a griot or griotis was, she accepted to do the show, to open the show. I guess you're like, you got to tell me what this is first before I go into it.
So, what am I signing up for?
Yeah, so I like, you know, informing people, and I just like us continue to push this modern day griot and griotis to the forefront, because again, a lot of these people are acting in a lot of these roles and don't even know that they acting in a lot of these roles. And then a lot of people who are familiar with the griot and the griotis, all they think the griotis and the griot are storytellers. Most of the times when you talk to people, they know that's the first thing that they say, but they are more than just storytellers, right? So, you know, I'm just glad that we able to have this podcast and have that segment where we continue to outline the many roles of a griot and a griotis. So let's get into the Black Invention segment by our dear brother, LaDarius Dennison.
So in light of our topic for today, Black history, I think Black history should be taught in the homes, right? So in order to do that, we have to protect our homes. So I want to highlight Mary Van Britton Brown. She was a visionary inventor who transformed the way we think about safety and security in our homes. Born on October 22nd, 1922 in Queens, Brown was a nurse who often worked irregular hours alongside her husband, Albert Brown, an electronics technician. Living in a neighborhood with rising crime and slow police response times, she refused to accept vulnerability as a way of life. Instead, she innovated. In 1966, Mary and her husband filed a patent for what would become the first home security system, titled Home Security System Utilizing Television Surveillance. Approved in 1969, her design featured peepholes at varying heights, a sliding camera, video monitors, two-way audio communication, and a push-button alarm to contact police instantly. Her invention laid the groundwork for modern closed-circuit television and contemporary home security systems still used today. Mary Van Britton Brown didn't just create a device, she created peace of mind for generations to come.
Now, come on,
Wow.
man. For everybody watching this show, y'all think we just doing this show.
Come on now.
I've been saying for 4 years now, every episode, we're learning something too. I'm learning every episode, y'all saying stuff that I've never heard. This is not a pre-planned show in that way. I don't know what he gonna say every episode. I don't know what Kofi, Dr. Wade gonna say today. I don't know what she gonna say. But we're learning every show. And it is crazy how they use our inventions to surveil us now. Ain't that crazy? Like, we made it. And this is the very thing being used against us most times. But we're being over surveilled. Like, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
It is crazy. But it makes me proud. I was over here proud, like, what? Especially like as a unit, this is what we're gonna do. And like LaDarius said, that peace of mind piece. And that's how we come as people, as our heritage, we bring peace of mind. And that's what they created through this. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people do feel safe. I mean, you do have a safer environment when you have all the systems in place. And it takes a lot. I mean, to invent something is one thing, and that's a lot. But a complete system, come on now.
Yeah.
And with in the 60s, yeah. Come on now.
Yeah. Most definitely. Shout out to the sisters and real quick, like what you said. I've always in a space where I don't want to be around people that I'm not always the smartest one in the room. I'm the one that they always learning from, right? So I appreciate this so much because, like Sean said, this is not scripted. We don't know what each other gonna say. All we got an outline. All we know is this is what we're gonna be particularly talking about to this episode. So we don't know. So there's 4 different perspectives and 4 different outlooks on things, right? So it's good to be on here and we all are learning from each other. You know what I'm saying? So anytime we get together with each other, it ain't just one person is learning from another person. We are all learning from each other. And I think that's how we able to excel and grow, because we are helping each other grow. We're helping each other, you know what I'm saying, learn, and we're motivating and inspire each other, man. So I appreciate it.
Hey, guess what, y'all? The main question I always get in private, how y'all keep the podcast going? How y'all got 4 years? How y'all doing this?
Yeah.
This is how. This is why.
Mm-hmm.
We be in the flow. And and then I think, an open mind too. Everybody's open-minded when it comes to the production, how we do things, how we move. And it's easy. It's easy. And I know that seems like broad in general to say it's easy to work with y'all, but it's very, very easy to work with y'all. And that's how I like things. Easy. You know what I'm saying?
Me too. Most definitely. But I mean, we all are, and we'll move on, but we all are go-getters. We are all visionaries. We are all working for the same common goal. We are all, you know what I'm saying, are bridge builders. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to gatekeep anything that we have. We want to be able to share with people. We want to be able to build bridges with people. We want to be able to expand by working with other different people. You know what I'm saying? We don't have big egos where it's all about us. Look at me, look at me, look at me. You know what I'm saying? So it's it's about us as a collective. It's about us, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I like about us. Everybody, we don't mind working with nobody. We don't mind sharing what we know with anybody, right? And we don't mind listening to each other, right? And we all do not uh um think that we know everything. You know what I'm saying? We listen to each other, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about, you know what I'm saying? So let's get it. Well, before we get into the discussion at hand, um, um, with the Black History trivia, let's promote a few things. My sister got something coming up. Um, uh, let's talk about it, man. Read and Grow Book Club. She has the reading book. Can you briefly talk about what you got coming up, sis?
Bro, I'm so super proud of this project right here. Read and Grow Book Club. It's in person. One of these days, I promise I'm gonna do some online activity. But right now, this is where I'm at with the in-person book clubs. Read and Grow Book Club is going to be at St. Kofi Kitchen in Dallas. St. Kofi Kitchen is a legendary restaurant. They just celebrated their 30th anniversary in business, and it is a place where there's good food, healthy food, conscious food, and there's culture, there's art. And I was talking with the owner. We've been running it for a while, but his goal is for when people walk in the door, they get infused with culture. And that's what's so important in learning and understanding yourself, especially as a Black person. And a lot of people ask me, where do I start? Especially new people who want to read, they want to tap into history and culture. Where do I start? And I ran across this book at Pan African Connection called The Black Student's Guide to Positive Education, by Baba Zach A. Kondo. I think I pronounced his name. But listen,
let me take this off here so you can show it. All right, go ahead.
This will be like a foundational thing. And I've been doing book clubs for about this makes the 3rd year. And so each season looks different. And this season, we're going to be partnering with Black-owned businesses in Dallas. We've been outside at parks, and it's been an amazing time. But this time, we're going to be inside at a restaurant. We were invited to have this venue, and we're going to bring this book to the forefront. It's a small book. It's only 100 pages, but it's full of gems and the journey that we need to consciousness. Because a lot of people are like, what do I do? Do I read about this one person? Which biography do I start? And when I came across this, I was like, this is the perfect book to begin conversations for people. But also it's still going to hold space for all spectrums of consciousness. There are going to be new people there that are like, what? And we're going to have to like deconstruct. But then there'll be, a supportive environment where we can really grow together with the family, the owner. They're really good people. And I just look forward to being a really good fellowship and a good growth moment. And people are going to leave different. They're going to leave open-minded, and they're going to share this experience and this book and what they learn with others. And that's what's going to make me the most proud. But we meet every Saturday in March. If you're listening and you're in the area, come through to St. Kofi Kitchen. Every Saturday in March from 1 to 3:30 p.m. We're going to have a good time. And the food is going to be sponsored by St. Kofi Kitchen. So you'll get an opportunity to eat and fellowship. It's going to be a time, y'all. I can't wait. So it's going to be like the best ideal classroom. You like the teacher, you like the content, and you get to eat and talk. It's going to be a blast. I can't wait. I appreciate y'all's support as I continue to make these programs and projects through ADH Pharmacy Consulting. Thank y'all so much for your support. What happened to my people? I really appreciate y'all support for real. This is important to me.
Hey, Dr. Wade, for anybody out here watching this, man, I know for the past few years doing it, Kofi and myself, for an example, we will give you various supplies and donations. So if anybody out there, like, you know what, I can't physically go there, but I do want to put something towards it. Y'all have, like you said, y'all have food, you need snacks, you need drink, waters, you need tabs, pens, whatever it might be. Donate books. Tell them how they can go about doing it.
You can go to my website. Thank you, Sean P. You can go to my website. Tickets are available on my website, readwithdrwade.com. It's in my bio on Instagram. And with your ticket purchase is included your experience and the book. So you don't even have to get the book. You just got to show up to class. That's all you have to do. And in that same link, you can donate as well. Because like Sean said, I want to create the whole experience. So composition books, tabs, things that we use to annotate. I want to introduce that to the people too. And I appreciate your support. Those little things, yo. So those are the things that, your ticket will encompass, and then we'll create that whole experience. And y'all been good at supporting.
If you're not tabbing, you're not reading. You're not tabbing, you're not reading.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Scholarship.
See what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all support. Y'all have always supported my book club, and I love y'all for that. For real. Thank you so much.
No doubt.
But you know what's cool? I want to say this. Dr. Wade is one of the most on-the-ground components of what we do because of where she is and what she always have done even before coming to us. She is like so active on the ground out there where she is. She always front and center. She always doing her civic duties. She always hosting book clubs and going to events. Like, we're not just an online YouTube show. Like, we do things in our communities. We do things off this platform. Some of the shows just online only. They're just behind the screen and that's just it. Like, no, we do things off of this mic. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. She got me trying to move to Dallas.
Me too.
Yeah,
hopefully we can talk out here soon. We may have something cooking. Just LaDarius said we're doing new things in 26, so we back here cooking. So keep,
yes, indeed.
Never know what we'll pop out with
whip
this
it
year.
Real hard. Whip it real hard.
Yeah. So here, if you don't have the last edition, this was the Selling Magazine last edition, The Journey for Liberation. Our feature was Baba Imhotep. If you hadn't go, listen, man, my words get tangled. If you hadn't went to visit the website to check it out, please go to the website and check it, and check out this magazine. This was our 1 year anniversary edition. I'm very, very, very proud of this edition. We made it a year, and we're coming up on the 7th issue, which will drop the last Friday in March of next month. And we also have the Selling Magazine. If you're interested in a shirt, you can go get you a shirt, the Selling Magazine shirt. If you want a hoodie, you can go get you a hoodie. You need a beanie to go with your hoodie. We also got that. If you need a hat to go with your shirt, they come in all different colors. There's multiple colors. You don't have to get a black. You can get any color that you want to get. Also, the Selling Magazine. If you want to get a shirt, a Selling magazine, not a Selling, but the Griots Podcast shirt, the Griots Podcast shirt. These are only just 2 colors, but we have them in variety colors. If you want a pink, you can get a pink. If you like green, you can get a green. If you want a navy blue. If you like white, you like powdered blue, whatever color, we got them in all different colors. On the website. I didn't put the hoodies on.
The summertime coming up, man. We got tank tops, we got slides, all kinds of boxers, tube socks, ankle socks, bucket hats.
Yes, sir. Bucket hats. Yes. We got it.
I may have to pop with the bucket hats ASAP, to be honest.
We got buckets. I'm finna get me one. I had one before. I ended up giving it away. My brother liked it so much, so I ended up giving him the bucket hat. Didn't even wear the book. Didn't even get a chance to wear the bucket hat. Yeah. So these are the coaches.
That's my next one. That's gonna be my next one, the bucket hat. Yeah. I've never worn a bucket hat before, but it's a silly or the Griots whatever. I'm just gonna be fly. So I already know. Yeah. And I have taught me some of them slides for the coaches.
This is the culture, culture, creativity, and community shirts right here. This is the 3 principles of the Selling Magazine right here. This is the hoodies, the beanies right here. They come in different colors. You got the shirt, culture, community, culture, creativity, and community shirts, and the snapback hats if you want those. I have the polo shirts up pretty soon. As well as the tank tops, etc., for the culture, creativity, and community. But that ends the, what we advertise. Oh, one thing for sure, I can't forget about this. Available March the 3rd, 2026. The
Come on, man.
Tales of a Griot, right? This
Come
is
on,
the
man.
debut poetry book. We have Dr. Ashley Wade, who wrote the introduction. We have our brother, our new co-host, who actually graced the pages and wrote, and
Yes, he did.
solidified
Yes,
a
he
piece
did.
of
We all
his
in there.
own
We all in there.
a powerful piece. So March the 3rd, 2026, this will officially drop. We did the pre-sales already. We have the pre-sale books already ordered. We also have additional extra books already ordered that should be arriving pretty soon. Those orders will be shipped out before March the 3rd. So those books will be arriving almost simultaneously with the pub date, March the 3rd, 2026. So if you ain't got your copy, please go get your copy. Again, I'm going to continue to stress that this is more than a poetry book. And once you get it, I'm telling you, you're going to understand why we said this is more than just a poetry book. But let's get into, man, the discussion of the hour, man. My brother, LaDarius, has created something for us to have fun with, to ask questions. I'm ready to test some of my knowledge a little bit. Let's get it cracking.
So if you have your phone with you, let me see. Let me pull it up on the screen.
I tried to scan it. Go ahead. All right, let me try it again. Let me pull it back up. Okay, there you go. Let me see. Hold on. Damn. What happened? It popped up and then went off for me. Hold on, let me see. There you go. And LaDarius, you created this?
No.
Okay, all right. Before I go to pop it off,
I was going to say our next inventor spotlight, LaDarius.
I'm telling you, I'm finna pop it out for my brother. I'm telling you.
Well, I didn't want to create it just because I didn't want to cheat, right?
Yeah.
And then I just chose a random trivia game or a random Kahoot game to play.
Yeah.
Do something new.
Oh.
Okay. You're in. See your nickname on the screen. Okay, then it's okay. Okay. All right. So, and I just keep this open, LaDarius?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for everybody to get in first.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm literally screening through the phone, so I can't click on the phone. I'm on the phone doing the pod, so I just observe.
Okay.
All right.
Cahoots.
This is so cool.
Why did Carter G. Woodson come up with the idea of Negro History Week, eventually evolved into Black History Month?
Let me do this.
Ooh. You're trying to trick me. I don't know.
This is so cool.
Okay, time is up. We believe in you. Did I answer the
We
question
already?
This was so cool. I'm geeking out so bad. I'm over here, my mouth open. I'm a whole tourist over here. This is so neat.
What civil rights activist born in nearby Westchester, Pennsylvania, helped plan the famous March on Washington in 1963?
Oh man, I wish I can get in on that. I know that one for sure.
Sean P, we missing you in the game.
Hold on, what is civil rights activist born there? Right?
I'm on injured reserve.
Look like Bobby, don't
it? And I'm slow as a mother. Boy, what is? I'm slow. Damn, LaDarius. I gotta figure out the time. How much time it gives you?
I think it 30 seconds.
30. Oh, okay. 30 seconds.
I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Shit. What civil rights activist from Alabama urged people to get into good trouble to help redeem the soul of America? I'll give you 20 seconds.
Oh, me.
Oh, shoot.
Thank you,
I
Derek.
need Dr. Wade to miss one.
Yeah.
What I get into?
I finally got a chance to answer one, and I didn't get it correct. What?
Why did Carter G. Woodson choose February for Black History Month?
Oh man, bro.
I mean, Lord,
Come on, man.
No. Oh, no.
Oh, let me. Boom. Let me. I'm trying to read, and then I'll be forgetting it. I answer that now. I am bye. I got.
I ran out of time on that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me my points. That's right. Give it to me. Oh, we got 6 people. Hold on. We got 6 people watching right now. Y'all get in this.
Who was the first female African American doctor to receive a medical patent? I don't even know who that is.
Oh man.
I think I know who it is. See.
You got me on that one.
Damn, it got me too. I thought it was.
Hey, hold up, LaDarius.
Yo.
For anybody that just joined just now, can they scan the QR code? Currently, can they scan it and get in the game? Or is it too late?
Wait, yeah, they done started. We done started.
I think it's too late.
But if y'all see the question, just answer. If y'all, yeah, just put it in the chat. If y'all see the answer and y'all know the answer, just put it in the chat. Put it in the chat.
Don't cheat now.
Put it. Oh yeah, they fit. We can't see them. They gonna be Googling. Well, they give you 20 seconds, so that's the good thing. Who became?
Ain't no chat GPT.
Who became the first Black hockey player in the National League?
Come on, I'm
Oh,
gonna choose the blackest name up there.
Not the blackest name.
Damn. I'm failing miserably, y'all.
Who became the first Black woman to be promoted to principal dancer in ABT's 75 years?
Now that I know. I know that one.
You know that one?
You know that.
What's her
Yes,
name?
I do. I got the book, Kofi.
Okay,
What's her
give
name?
it to us. Who is it? I don't know.
I can't say it.
I'm just damn, and I didn't even get a chance to answer. The time is up. I was just gonna throw something out there. So
This is so cool.
who got that one right?
Nobody. I don't think.
Nobody. Okay.
How many artifacts does the National Museum of?
Wow, that's a good. That's a good question. That's a real good question. I want to go so bad.
Now looking at the size of the building, it should be.
He said, "Ask the chat motherfucker to buy it." Dang it!
I got that wrong.
I got that wrong too.
It looked like it could hold 100,000 though.
That's a
I know it's
trick
dope.
question.
I know it. I heard it take days to see the whole thing. It takes days to see all of them. You can't see it in one day.
Yeah.
Who became the first Black woman to earn a medical degree in the U.S.?
I know Dr. Wade killing these.
Ain't.
She looked like her name.
Oh,
Come on, doctor. Come on, doctor.
wrong.
Come on, doctor.
Yeah.
So who got that right?
I ain't know that one.
I got
So
that
nobody
one
got that one right.
Dr. Wade.
Dr. Wade.
Dr. Wade.
right. Had to get that one.
What is Pan-Africanism?
Come on now. Look,
I know Kofi got that one.
Ooh. Oh no.
The movement seeks unified, connecting people for Africa to think the colony. Okay. Take it. I got that one. And if I didn't get that one right, y'all should have kicked me off because I'm always talking about I'm a
Off the
fan.
tag. Disconnect, unplug everything.
Yeah.
What famous actress?
What famous actress had her acting career 7 decades through the film, television, and theater? Celeste Tyson, Regina King, Hattie McDaniels. I don't know if that's Whoopi Goldberg. I bet it's Hattie McDaniels. Damn, I should have touched it. And we still Celeste Tyson. Godly.
And
who got that one right?
Her book. Come on now. I want to read her book. I want to read her book. I haven't read it. But that's 7 decades. That's 7 decades. Yeah.
Did she just recently pass?
She did. That's why I want to read her book. I know it's good. I'm sure her story is amazing.
The scientist was one of the first Black women to work with NASA and help to calculate angles and trajectories.
Come on now.
If we do that, come on, hit the figures. Hit the figures.
Let's get to it.
Scientist. Hold on, the first woman in international.
Got 7 seconds.
I got that book too. Book too.
This is good.
It's showing how dumb I am.
Nah, I wouldn't say dumb. Not even close.
What civil rights activist was a proponent for the idea of maintaining a Black racial and national identity? I do not know.
What was activist proponent ideals for remaining the Black racial national identity?
It is a trick question.
Honestly, you see what I'm saying?
What is the right activist was proponent?
I think it's a trick question. See,
I don't know. I got it.
I was so comfortable hollering at Angela because the activist piece. I was like, well.
Yeah.
Now, and I clicked it, but it said my time was up. I clicked Malcolm X. And I'm just guessing on that one. Damn.
This is so fun.
What civil rights activist became active in the women's movement after her husband's assassination?
I got that one now. I know I got that.
I was actually going to talk about her today.
Coretta Scott King.
Ain't that the way killing her?
Yeah, I'm trying to come back.
What woman committed her life to ensure the right to education and freedom from discrimination for African Americans? Sean, you know who that is, don't you?
Yes, I do. I better know. I did an interview about it.
But now I got that one too. I'm coming for y'all now. I'm coming. I'm trying to redeem myself. I might be too late because that might be.
You call it the walk down. That's the walk down. Walking them down.
Oh shoot.
Gang.
She won.
Happy Black History Month.
Brother, that was a dope game. We need more of that. That's dope.
Yeah.
All the folks need it. All the parents that homeschool are watching this, and man, you got to go and get it, bro. You got to get it.
Yeah.
We need the round of applause for LaDarius. We need the round. Yeah. Thank you so much.
LaDarius, the young gunner.
You see what I'm saying?
You know what? LaDarius, that's that 30 piece. That's that 30 piece nugget. And that 30 ball Jamal.
Yeah, this was fun. I didn't catch on until like the first 2 questions. I didn't get a chance to answer because I didn't pay attention to the time limit on there. Yeah, but you won, Dr. Ashley. You won fair and square. You won fair. So we gonna give you the academia award, the academic award today.
Lady first.
Yes, indeed. So before we get into the woman section, I would like to ask each one of y'all the individual questions. Since this is Black History Month, like, what does Black History Month mean to you all? You know, y'all can go and it don't matter who start first, but what does it mean to y'all individually?
Well, can I ask my question first?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, we'll just get into the history of Black History Month first, and then I'll go into the question. It got something to do with the question, if you don't mind.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Well,
go ahead.
So I wrote something down, so bear with me. So the legacy of observing Black History Month began in the summer of 1915, when Dr. Carter G. Woodson, the second African-American to earn a PhD from Harvard, the first was Du Bois, he attended the Lincoln Jubilee Celebration, a national celebration of the 50th anniversary of emancipation in Chicago. There were thousands of African Americans from around the country to see the exhibitions of accomplishments their people had made since slavery. After witnessing thousands of African Americans interested in their history for this 3-week celebration, Dr. Woodson was inspired and formed the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History on September 9th, 1915, an organization whose mission is to promote, research, preserve, interpret, and disseminate information about Black life, history, and culture to the global community. In 1916, his association established the Journal of Negro History, the first scholarly journal that published the accomplishments of Black people. And Darrell Michael Scott, which is the former president of his association, explains that as early as 1920, Woodson urged Black civic organizations to promote the achievements that researchers were uncovering. A graduate member of Omega Psi Phi, he urged his fraternity brothers to take up the work. In 1924, they responded with the creation of Negro History and Literature Week, which they renamed Negro Achievement Week. Their outreach was significant, but Woodson desired greater impact. As he told an audience of Hampton Institute students, he said, "We are going back to that beautiful history, and it's going to inspire us to greater achievements." In 1925, he decided that the association had to shoulder the responsibility. Going forward, it will both create and popularize knowledge about the Black past. He sent out a press release announcing Negro History Week in February 1926. Dr. Woodson chose the month of February because Black people were already celebrating the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. It was a strategic plan to transition a tradition of celebrating two great men to celebrate a great race. Dr. Woodson never liked the celebration of these men because they displayed a lack of knowledge about the men and their contributions to history. Unfortunately, Lincoln did not free the slaves. It was the thousands of Black American soldiers in the Union Army. He also believed that the Black race should study and celebrate the history of their people, not just the history of one great man. Woodson says, if a race has no history, if it has no worthwhile tradition, it becomes a negligible factor in the thought of the world, and it stands in danger of being exterminated. He understood that a people with no history have no future. Black people need a roadmap to the destination of a better future, and history is their roadmap. Along the road of celebrating the accomplishments of Black people, Dr. Woodson was surprised by the widespread of Negro History Week. He states it had proved to be one of the most fortunate steps ever taken by the association. The celebration made a deep impression, an impression so deep that progressive whites in the North joined in the celebration. Growing alongside the Harlem Renaissance in the 1920s, the appetite for Black literature and culture was mighty. A K-12 Negro History Week curriculum, including reading material, posters, lesson plans, plays for historical performances, etc., was distributed across America to teachers to instruct their students. The rise of Black consciousness during the 1960s sparked college students to fight for Black history study courses and programs, resulting in Kent State proposing the first Black History Month and celebrating it in February 1970. In 1976, President Gerald Ford institutionalized Black History Month. So I want to go back. It says, let me go back. So during Negro History Week, it says Carter G. Woodson put together a K-12 curriculum, right? In my mind, I'm assuming that that curriculum was not a part of the American educational system, right? It's something outside of that. So my question is, when did y'all come in contact with Black history outside of the American educational system?
Unfortunately for me, I was a grown man in my late 20s, early 30s, like that late in life, when I finally started getting into what we call the work and quote unquote getting conscious and coming across these scholars and these books and these documentaries. And like I was pretty much 30 years old whenever that started for me.
Yeah. For me, sad to say the same thing. A lot of people don't believe that, but I've been get in contact with this type of information until 2013. I'll never forget it. It was 2013. I never knew who Carter G. Wilson was. I never knew particularly a lot about W.D. Du Bois. I didn't know anything about Marcus Garvey. I didn't know anything about John Henry Clark, and I can just keep going down the line of individuals. I had no clue until I had a conversation with a guy who actually changed my life. I was arguing with this guy, and by me arguing with him, going back and forth, it went from online to on the phone. And then when it became on the phone, the experience of me listening to the brother over the phone, it's like my spirit yield to arguing with him and to listen. And it was like my spirit was pleased to listen to all of the things that I didn't know about our people and the contributions that they made to the world and why this stuff was kept away from us and wasn't inserted into the school system. And so it gave me something to start doing. So this was in 2013, and July, around my birthday of 2013, because this happened in February of 2013, and in July, I made it my duty to stop investing in cars, jewelry, clothes, and nonsense, and start investing in my mind. So I started buying books. The job I was working at the time, I was getting paid every week. So every week, I took $200 out of my check and I bought books every week. Some books I would invest more into. I'm not going to do that now, but I used to buy books like $150. If the book was $150, I would buy this one book for $150, and people look at me like I was crazy. But I started to understand that a lot of these books that are outdated and it's not that many copies, the price go up on the books. Certain particular information.
Yeah, due to scarcity.
Yeah, due to scarcity. So I said I got to take an opportunity to buy these books, and then I was able to buy books, and later on those books will be able to become scarcity as well, where if I wanted to sell a book later on, I could sell a book for $200. I got 3 books right now I can sell. For one, I can sell for $150. Another one I can sell they going $300 online for the book. I can sell it for $200 and get the book. But anyway, I just started investing in my mind, and this was in my early, might have been my early 30s. I'm 40. I'm 48, finna be 49 in a couple of months. So whatever 2013 to 2026, whatever that was, I know I was in my early 30s. So that, I didn't get this until my early 30s.
I think for me, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm listening. This is good.
So I think for me, when I think about it, I was thinking about this question earlier. I was like, that's kind of hard. Well, it's kind of hard, and then at the same time, it's kind of like you feel like shamed or embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? So when I think about it, I'm like, it probably was movies. If a movie said, when I was younger, if a movie came on, it had something to do with Black history, like Ruby Bridges or Malcolm X, say something like based on a true story, and I just go off of that. You know what I'm saying? But it really didn't start for me, it started in 2020. Right?
Wow.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Started on
Kevin Hart said, damn.
It really started in 2020, like during the pandemic, on Instagram when David Banner posted a book.
That's never we've been around that time.
Exactly. So yeah, so David Banner had posted this book. What was it? From the Bridal File. And from the Bridal File, he had
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
22
Anthony
essays on
Browder.
African American experience. When I read that book, it changed everything. Like it made me stop practicing my religion. It did a whole lot. So that was my introduction. That book
Right.
has a lot of references in it. So it kind of set me up for where I'm at now. So like all the books that's in my library came from out of that book. John Henry Clark, Amos Wilson, Naeem Akbar, Dr. Ben, everybody.
Yeah.
So that was my introduction into like true, real Black history. Was on Instagram. Shout out to David Banner.
and Anthony Browder, you know what I'm saying? Anthony Browder, you know.
So Dr. Wade,
What's up?
when did the light bulb come on for you, my sister?
It was in like my late 20s, and I just so happened to browse across my cousin's bookshelf, and I think it was like Niggas to Guys or something like that caught my attention. I was like, whoa. So just being exposed to different book titles. And I was like, wow. At first of all, I didn't even know my cousin was like that. You know, I was like, oh, you like that? Like, that's dope, because I didn't have a lot of people
like
around
that.
me who were interested, you know what I'm saying, in history or the Black experience for real. And I was like, but it was perfect because it was a great introduction, and it was like it felt freeing to learn something new about myself, about culture, different authors, and it was just a whole new world for me. And once I tapped in, slowly but surely, I just kept getting more and more radicalized, especially once I got in Angela Davis. And that wasn't until like 2020. Around that time, I was really going in. Angela, Asada, Ella, like everybody, all those women just set me up to have a different mindset. And I've been thirsty ever since. And especially Pan-African Connection bookstore, having that store, let's see, when I first came to Dallas in 2016, it was several years before I made it to the South. When I got to Pan-African Connection, I'm like, this is my family. And they have a ton of book selections. The culture, you learn so much by the resources and the services that they provide. Plus the cultural experience there is unmatched, especially in the South. So I go in frequently to tap in. Incense, soaps, books, statues, soaps, so much to tap in. African clothing and things like that. So I just tapped all the way in. Once I got to Dallas and I got exposed to the culture, really, I've been on lock. Child. And here we are.
No doubt. Shout out to the Pan-African Connection.
I want to answer Kofi's broader question, right, about like what it means to us. To me, it's a twofold answer, right? I'm gonna give the typical surface answer first. Yes, Black History Month is profoundly important to me. I mean, that goes without being said. I think that's pretty obvious, right? To me, it get complicated because I'm gonna give you a parallel to the fitness game. Whenever I was in fitness 24/7, right? My mindset was if I trained all year long, I'm not trying to get ready for the summer body. Or, oh my God, the holidays coming up. I'm worried about the holidays. If I train to eat correctly all year long, I'm not worried about holidays or the summer. So in Black History Month, to me, is a crazy dichotomy because like we do this all year long. So if you notice or not on my page, I don't really necessarily post Black history content because it's like that's an everyday thing for me anyway. And so for some of y'all in the world, this is a grand moment, and that's cool. And I'm glad you're coming around for that 28-day span. But like to me, if you do it every day all the time, this particular month is like I'm always doing this. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of my complex answer. Like it's weird to me, you know.
What about you, LaDarius?
Woo. So that's a great question. That's an incredible question. So Robert Greene has a quote. I might be butchering it, but he was like, learn all you can while following the direction of your circumstances. So, I'm from Georgia, but I live in New Hampshire, right? And my circumstances led me to this place in the middle of mountains, predominantly white, right? And this is before the pandemic. So I move up here and then go to work for 3 weeks And they after 3 weeks tell me to go home. So now I'm home. Then my child was born in May 2020. So after my child was born during COVID, that's when I told myself, well, I ain't got nothing to do. I need to go buy some books. I don't want to perpetuate. At first, it was just financial literacy. So I went to the Books a Million. I bought Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the typical. I bought Power Shift from Damon John, and I bought 50 Cent book, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter, whatever like that.
Yes, sir. One of them. Yeah.
So then after that, I think that's when I got from the Browder file. That's when that David Banner post came up. I was like, let me just buy it. I ain't got nothing else to do. I'm home 24/7. So then I read that. Then I buy some books and the references. And then I'm looking at all the names. Dr. Carter G, Dr. Amos, Dr. John, Dr. Ivan. I'm looking at those 2 letters in front of their names. Dr. Francis Wilson. So I'm looking at it, and then I was reading Isis papers, and she said something along the lines of, because I'm a parent at this time, I'm a first-time parent, and she said something about parenting. She was like, when she used like a African proverb, she was like, the hand that rocks the cradle rules the nation. So I was like, oh shoot. But then at the same time, she was like, you have to be, in order to bring a child into this world we living in right now, this world of racism and capitalism, like you have to have, your maturity level has to be up here, right? Then she emphasized, you need to recognize the need for academic achievement. So I'm like, oh, okay. So my circumstances led me to this Ivy League school, and they have tuition grant benefits. So therefore, I can get a master's degree not for free. I have to pay the taxes on it, but still, I don't have to pay the tuition. I was like, well, okay, I'm gonna just enroll in the master's program. And when I enrolled into the master's program, my first class that I took was by a German professor. It was called Borders and Boundaries, and I was reading Know Thyself by Naeem Akbar. That book is about miseducation, education, power education, stuff like that. And that book prepared me for that class. So it gave me a foundation. So Black history gave me a foundation to be educated in the Ivy League school, or predominantly white. It taught me how to extract the meat from the bones and not, be indoctrinated by what they teach and stuff like that. So it gave me a foundation. And then
am I allowed to share something? I know we talked for years in private. I want to say one thing about your school trip, if I can, right? About this topic.
Yeah.
So LaDarius, a while ago, he would inbox me like, man, I'm doing this paper for school. I know I want to say this and this and this. I said, LaDarius, you in school to graduate. You're not in school to debate the professor. You're not in school to try to, prove to the white man. You're in school to graduate. That's your mission in school. Now, once you leave that stage, say whatever the hell you want to say.
That's good.
But while you're in this particular arena, when in Rome, do as in Rome. That's not your job in this arena. And we discussed that years ago. You know what I'm saying? How you go about tackling this thing? You gotta be strategic. You know what I'm saying?
Very true. Facts.
And I had issues with that. So, with that first class, she was cool with it. Like we was reading Black Skin, White Man, stuff like that. She was cool with my paper on the power of miseducation that we talked about the last episode or 2 episodes ago. But I did run into some trouble where a professor was like, it was this class called Diasporas and Migration. She was like, because I was talking about we are a nation within a nation. Right? He was like, don't make a case for reverse racism. The whole class. I didn't even have to defend myself. My white classmates all chimed in, you know what I'm saying? So it was I hear what Sean was saying, but at the same time, I feel like I needed to be radical. Be radical in that moment, because I have seen people that look like me taking the same class, like conform, and I'm looking at them like, what are you doing?
And I'm gonna tell you how each one teaches one, right? I'm gonna tell you how each one teaches one. I told you that because whenever I was in college years before, I was fighting those same battles. Because again, I'm 30 years old going to college. I'm not an 18-year-old kid. So
Right.
I already have started getting my black knowledge up.
Mhm.
I'm in these classes, I'm busting them up. Debating, my classmates, the professor, anybody can get it. I got all my sources, I got all my facts. It's not about being right.
Right.
It's not the right forum.
That's true.
They have no rebuttal. They got no comeback to what I'm saying. It's not the right forum. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like street fighting versus boxing in a ring. They got rules, they got a referee, they got time, they got judges. Like, this is not what that is. I had to learn that. That's why I told you that. From my experience, you know what I'm saying?
And then I learned you're not gonna change their mind.
You're not.
They believe
You're not. They're gonna leave that class thinking whatever they think. You're wasting your time, energy, and breath. You just graduate across that stage, that's all that matters.
Right.
So when do we change that? So, you know, that's the thing. When do we change that? Like, we still even, like, we go to school and we paying for lies. Like, we're basically paying for people to lie to us and change our perspective and change our worldview and devalue what our ancestors did. So when do we stop this? When do we stop paying for lies? When do we stop letting a piece of paper that we go in debt for an institution to validate us, saying we have achieved in this level of knowledge through their validation?
Because I would say, as long as we in this system, that's what it is. It's literally the game. And when I was a younger black man, I didn't understand that phrase. In the military, I sucked at the game. I sucked at it. In college early, I sucked at it. I had to learn when I got older and enough consequences like, oh, that's what they meant by the game. It is a game. And in a game, you have what? You have rules. You have constraints. You have this how you score. This the penalties. You learn the game and you play the game well.
And this is the reason.
And like any game, if they learn the rules, then you can break them.
Right. But this is
So if I can do a crossover and I know the rules, now I can carry a little bit. I can go behind my back. I got to do this first. I got to do this first. Up and down, left hand, right hand first. I can do a little. But we want to go into today's school and off the top start being like Kyrie. That's not going to work in this. It is our own institutions and our own jobs, our own business. Until it's that.
Right.
You in that, you in day one.
But we had that at one time. But
we
wanted validation from people that don't look like us. So we integrated with those people. Yes. But going back to the importance of why Black History Month is important right now, even though it's only 28 days, but it wasn't planned out for it to be just 28 days. Black history goes beyond that. But if it takes this month to be highlighted to spark the mind and the interest of other people, then you got to go back to the initial thing. Carter G. Woodson was a part of the American Negro Academy. And the American Negro Academy consisted of scholars, teachers, people in the medical physicians, poets, musicians, and they believed, so they believed in Black excellence. They believed in the only way for Black people to get out of the plights that they were through education. So if you go study the American Negro Academy, go study those men and the women in the American Negro Academy, you will see that they were about, like you said, each one teach one, which sprung my phrase I coined, as I learn, we all learn. They believe that if that information or knowledge will perpetuate us out of the situation that we in, because a lot of Black people are literate. He mentioned that W.E. Du Bois was not W.E. Du Bois, but W.E. Du Bois was the first, but he said Carter G. Woodson was the second to get his doctoral degree, right? So at that time too, there was not a lot of people fortunate to go to college, and there was barriers for Black people to go to college. So it was exceptional for some of these men and women to able to get in, but their goal was to go back into their communities and teach their people the information that they are learning through the schools, that they are learning on their own, they're learning through the experiences, through other Black people to be educated. So it's the miseducation piece that we have and that keep us conformed to saying that it's okay. We know that these people were lying to us. It's okay. We know when we go in the bank to try to get a loan, we know that we not subject not to get a loan. It's okay. We making it okay to play the game when there's no excuse. Like I tell my dad, there's no excuse for you not knowing what you know or any of my children, because we have information at our fingertips today. 1897, 1898, when the American Negro Academy, 20, 30 years after the Emancipation Proclamation, this group of individuals were scholars. Some of these guys went to school and they went back into their area. So now Dr. Carter G. Wilson, now these guys are scattered out everywhere. This is what I'm thinking. Let's create something for 1 week where these people that's going to school, these people are being educated, these people are being around other people. Let's educate these, and then let's conform to a week, which became later on in 1970 became a long month thing, and then 1976 after the biennial by General Ford, it became, you know what I'm saying, a broader and and recognized, worldwide. But my thing is, go ahead.
I think this is important too, right? I want to say this earlier. From my understanding of his initial purpose of the Negro History Week, it's supposed to be like a year in review. We have made it to where it's like, oh, look, Carter G. Woodson. Oh, look, W.E. Du Bois. Oh, look, Barack Obama. We made it like that. It's supposed to be, what are our achievements for the past fiscal year? From last February to this February, what did we accomplish and what did we do? It's a year in review, from what I understand. And we have made it totally different now. You know what I'm saying? It's way off the track from the original concept.
And if we looked at it like what you saying also, that would inspire me, because I didn't know none of the things that my ancestors made, the contributions that my ancestors made. I always been taught through school that our people was inferior. You know what I'm saying? That we wasn't intelligent. This is what has been pushed on me. I don't know about nobody, but been here, that's what's been pushed. So once I got a hold of these other texts and started seeing what our people were actually doing, it actually inspired me. It inspired me. I wouldn't be the person I am today. I wouldn't be believing in myself. I wouldn't be loving my people. I wouldn't be an entrepreneur. I wouldn't be none of these things if it wasn't for me looking at the contributions that my ancestors made. So like going back to what you're saying, Sean, if we looked at it like that, and if we promoted it like that, because it's not being promoted the way that you saying. So if it's being promoted like that, and even through the schools, if the schools will promote that and adapt that and show the achievements and then insert that in some type of way with the children, you know what I'm saying? I think it would inspire them to be more, and they'll look more broader on trying to achieve,
Unfortunately, it's been totally commercialized, right? And Dr. Wayne and I talked about this about a week or so ago. I was saying, like, where I live at, for an example, right? You go to some of the major stores. I'm in Louisiana, but for those that don't, I'm in Louisiana. As soon as Christmas ends, the whole store just straight Mardi Gras stuff. Everything is Mardi Gras, and then you had the whole Valentine's thing. You had a small little section with a couple little Black History merchandise, because they commercialized it once again. It's pretty much almost an afterthought now at this point. I haven't seen many Black History programs around this area. I haven't seen no Black History parade. I ain't seen no Black History commemoration, like none of that. In the next 5 to 10 years, it's gonna be like obsolete. It's gonna be like gone. You know what I'm saying? At this rate.
Yeah. Because we haven't seen it here. We used to have Black History parades. We used to have Black History events in the surrounding areas doing Black History the whole time. We haven't seen. I haven't seen that.
People getting drunk at Mardi Gras, throwing TVs off the floor. People getting ran over, folks getting shot. That's all I'm seeing.
I ain't never seen that in Georgia. I ain't never seen that.
That's why it's so important. I mean, we were all talking about earlier. I'm glad that we asked the questions about like how we came into the knowing and the awareness. That's why it's important for individuals to want to come into the knowing. We have a bad habit of thinking we know everything, or thinking, oh, I don't gotta, all I gotta do is say Happy Black History Week, Happy Black History Month, and I did my part. There's no drive and curiosity to go find out more. I'm not gonna say it doesn't exist, but I've been, watching some of the content that's come across this month, and I'm just like, you can tell people just are like, oh, I need to post my Black History content. It doesn't have substance, and you can tell like who out there.
That's what I don't like. That part.
Because
I
it's
don't like this.
But it's the general principle, and I think that's how we end up with the whole concept being distorted. Because why would we want to put that intensity in? That's a lot of intensity. If you think about what the concept of Negro History Week was, how y'all explain it, that's very intense. That takes some analyzing. We gotta all come together. We gotta read. We gotta study, and we gotta do something all year. People don't want to do all that if it's not regarding their own personal business. We don't infuse our intellect. We don't infuse that into our everyday lives. And so, like for me, whenever I tapped in, it inspired me to do something. Use my hands in the community, tap in with the grassroots. I had no idea what that was like. But in my mind, as soon as I was tapping across some things and reading, I was like, I got to do something. And I was just going to work and coming home, living a regular standard lifestyle.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you read the Davis, and then you have the food pantry. Like that makes sense.
Can be like real woke and not active. It just don't make no sense to me. Cause I'm like, if you go there and you're on the trajectory, you're going to be inspired by osmosis. It's just going to happen. That's how the spirit continues from way back then to us right now. We tapping in Ida B. Wells. We're talking about Carter G. Woodson, like so many things from the 1800s. We're talking about history that people are like, that shouldn't even have anything to do with me. But it can inspire you today if you read and you tap in, but you just have to be intentional with it. A lot of people don't have intention. Like, oh, and as a matter of fact, I was watching somebody content and they were like, yeah, and if you go to Target, they got all this stuff. I'm like, we're not even supposed to be going to Target. So you got this whole history content, go here and look at this, go here and look at that. But what can you provide? So you're not even tapped in. So we do need the right players in place when we talk about Negro History Week and stuff like that and Black History Month, so that we can disperse information and try to help people just like we got exposed at some point. And I'll take the L on this month. I was talking to one of my elders and he was like, why you didn't do nothing for Black History Month? I was like, well, shit, I'm just trying to see what the regular standard program was talking about. And he was like, don't do that no more. And in my mind, it just helped me realize the responsibility of our programming, us, even just with us as the Griots, our programming is so important, even on a regular basis, but especially this month when people are looking for something.
And this is why it's so complex, this conversation. I'm glad we had the podcast, had this conversation. I love this podcast. I love y'all, right? It's complex because, what you just said is true. You shouldn't just sit back, see somebody else going to do, but at the same exact time, people like us have spearheaded stuff and don't get a response, don't get feedback, don't get a turnout. So then it's like, what do you do? You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it. Where it's like, man, I'm not doing that. I refuse. I won't.
And you know what? That's one beauty. When we talk about how the impact even of like local people, I'm gonna talk to you guys about this wonderful woman that I met yesterday, and she was doing stuff back in the 70s, and she's still doing stuff now. She had a book club for 20-some years. So I'm saying, I'm sure at some point in the beginning, she probably was like, I don't know, especially like as she transitioned to in and out of certain things in her life. I'm sure she was like, I don't want to do none of that. But I'm so glad that she still has that fire as an elder and really wants to engage people in reading on different levels. And that type of stuff inspires me. So yes, it's in the book, it's that type of knowledge, but it's also like getting out and seeing who, what, when, where, why. Because, a lot of the time period, I was young in the 70s, but it was a lot of movement in the 70s. So just tapping back into those people who had the bookstores, had the restaurants, we go back in time, we're like, okay, Black Wall Street. A lot of the cities that we live in or around us had movements like that. And we can tap into those people that are still alive and get just as much enrichment as we can from books and just as much inspiration as we can. So it's like several fold, but you got to be active. You got to be active with it.
I also want to add too, it's like on the opposite end, when you do come into that knowledge, you will be pissed off at first.
Oh,
So when
You will.
I was a I was a bio major for the first 3 years. I was a bio major, and I took organic chemistry.
You took organic chemistry?
I quit. Like they had made a joke about copper in the backyard or something. If you found copper in your backyard, what would you do with it? I like shit. Well, nothing. But but I didn't get the joke, and I quit organic chemistry and I went to go do something else. When I look back on that, I'm like, dang. I'm looking at Percy L. Julian, who synthesized cortisone. If you use cortisone, black man. George Washington Carver. I forgot the dude's name. But when I'm learning about all of these black historical scientists, and then I look at my past, how I quit.
Yes, sir.
I'm like, dang. You know what I'm saying?
That's that triple darkness, man.
You
don't know what you don't know, you don't know.
Like,
but also that's exactly to Kofi's point. Kofi was like, okay, we subscribe to this and let their little pitfalls trip us up. Now we thrown off a trajectory. But the good thing is, like, when you circle back into consciousness, you still gonna tap into your purpose either way, no matter how you get there, as long as you get there. Right. But to Kofi's point, like, we do have to be assertive in some of these spaces. And even to Sean's point, you gotta be smart in the spaces. You know, even before I started pharmacy school, I tapped into one of Malcolm's speeches. And he said something to the effect of, like, you know, you got to play the role to get to where you're going. And I respected that so much because there are a lot of roadblocks. Quick. Okay, you're going to show up with a natural hair afro cut. You're going to show up with play the role, you get in. And then you still the real one. And you know, sometimes it don't take a full out argument. It just takes, you know, for you to shine your light to let somebody know I'm not like one of them. You know, I'm not the person that's going to conform. I know some about myself. You're not going to discourage me. And we have little ways of, you know, asserting that whole nice, nasty piece in there. Like, if you know, you know, but you know, the goal, like Sean said, is to graduate. And then whatever your attributes are, take them to the community. And we're not going to change their mind. They love this system. They love it. They understand it. It makes complete logical sense to them, and they trust it. We don't. But if we need
they're the ones made it. That's why they made it.
Exactly. But once we get ours, then you can keep it real and be active in the community. Because a lot of people, you know, they don't take it to the community, and that's where the hiccup is. They take it to the suburbs or they take it wherever, and that's fine. But as long as you are rooted where your people are in some way, and you're giving something and adding something to their experience, because it's a give and take. When you outside and you're doing something, it's give and take. It's not like I'm just like, oh, let me present this. I get something always. So I think when people find that activity, you know, and they're lane in that activity, then we can really move our culture forward and continue to be in position to where we can do that authentically.
And you know what I did in college too, man? My whole 6 years in college. For every college book I read from them, I read 2 or 3 of our books. So I'm gonna read our book for this class to graduate. But after I put this book down, I'm going to read Dr. Carter G. Woodson, Naeem Akbar, watch 4 or 5 documentaries. I did that the whole time.
Well, what I would do is I'll look at the syllabus, whatever the topic is, I'll go find a black author and I'll bring that author into conversation.
Okay.
In the class.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, who is that?
Yeah.
You know, so
because they won't give it to you. My whole time in psychology, I never heard Dr. Naeem Akbar or Dr. Wade Nobles or Dr. Francis Crest.
Yep.
The folks I know now, I never heard none of those names in the literal school at all. I never heard those names until my own studies in private on my own. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's the big takeaway from this production today is teaching people the duality, because they're gonna be like, oh, Sean did it like this, LaDarius did it like this, Kofi did it like this. So they'll take that inspiration, like, okay, if I'm in these programs, what do I need to be doing my own self-study? Because again, as we know, we're not gonna learn everything we need to learn in these systems. That self-study piece is so key.
It is key. The key. Self-study.
Yeah, most definitely. And I want to say, Sean, I hate it There, I do. I hate it. You know, you say you're not gonna do those things anymore. We have to be smart with certain places. I just know I'm not gonna do nothing because I know I'm not gonna have a turnout. So I
Me
don't
too.
want to set myself up for
Me too.
failure, and I
Yep.
don't want to be disappointed. Like I'll go
Yep.
back to the bookstore. I was what's this? 2024. I was gonna
Yep.
completely leave my other job. I had 2 buildings I looked at. I had one building,
Yep. I remember that.
racist person
Remember that.
discussed me, didn't care if I was gonna pay it up, told him I was gonna pay the building up for a month. But this other place was a small, but and it was a elderly people who had the place. And I thought about even just, and they was fixing some things up. And even though I didn't commit to it, the man's wife thought I committed to it and thought I was going, once they got the other little stuff situated, I was going to go there. It was smaller, but it could have worked. The parking lot was not. So I was looking for parking lot, big space. Found one. These folks were like, I don't give a damn what you got, what you finna pay us. We ain't finna have that over here. But going back to what I'm saying is, I thought about it. I put that on hold, that book thing on hold, because I'll set myself up for failure setting it up here. So I don't want to be, even though it was going to be more than a bookstore where it was going to be a place, it's going to be a place where we can all come and we can talk about ideals. We can plan, plot, strategize on how we can do things for the youth, how we can build our community up. Even a hub for after school programs to make sure that our children are doing well in school. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't going to work here. So I cut it because I wasn't finna take my money and then invest it in there and then be disappointed. So I got to be smart at the end of the day, even though that's a great ideal, but it's not a great ideal where I'm at. So I have to wait till I get to a place.
Some things are good on paper. Some things sound good on paper.
Yeah. So
that's the reality.
So if I get to Dallas, I know that's probably an opportunity that I'm able to do that because that's a space. You know, if I go to Atlanta, I know that's a place that, but that's if I relocate to these places, right? But I'm not thinking about relocating to Atlanta, or Detroit. You know what I'm saying? But Dallas could be a good place, though. You know what I'm saying? And we've been, contemplating on
whatever happens to if you build it, it will come. If you build it, it will come.
Yeah. But you just have to be smart.
In this community, right? In our community, doing this, the intellectual book thing, right? If it was any other business, they said what? Location, right? If it was a restaurant, they said no, Kofi, that restaurant over here versus over here. No, Kofi, you want to do a barbershop? Well, that barbershop be better over here versus over here. When it comes to our stuff with this, people say, man, go ahead and put it up, man. Man, go ahead and just do it. So I'm going to get a bank loan and do all this stuff to my credit to just do it because it sounds good to you.
Yeah.
But somebody somewhere need it. I think that's the problem. Somebody somewhere is going to need it. And we're talking about people who had to create from the jump. We just learned about somebody that had to create, she made something from the jump, from scratch. And then she was like, man, I ain't going to ever use this. I ain't making this. Ain't nobody going to use this. It'll just be something that I create in my garage for me and my family. And then come to find out, boom, it's big. And now it spearheaded the whole movement of home security systems and all this other stuff. So like that is important, that first step, because even with my book clubs, even though I'm here, okay, of course the disclaimer, but still there may only be 1 or 2 people, but you feeding them 1 or 2 people. Now I get it, money, investment, y'all in a whole nother bracket with that. I understand that. But as a consumer, Sean P, that's one of your favorite words. As a consumer, and as somebody that's thirsty, you may not get everybody in the town, but you're going to get a couple of those people that are thirsty, who are, interested. These young people different. They looking for the places and spaces. So even if it's something small to start with, even if it's like a community center to start with or something, whatever to start with, just to build your, rapport, keep those dreams and walk those dreams out. If it's in your mind, go on and do it. And don't be discouraged by the naysayers that you already know gonna be there. We're not talking to them. What Megan say, this ain't for none of them. We creating it for the people that are interested. It may be the 1 to 2 to 3 now, but next year it may be what you want it to be. And that's why I like being around some of the elders, and even like Mr. Damon at St. Kofi, been doing it for 30 years. He'll tell anybody he made lots of mistakes, but he's still here. And like, it's good for me now as a newer person in the fold. I can go in there today and get exactly what he saw in his mind to create. I go get it today, made 30 years ago. Today, I get to walk in there and reap the fruits of the labor and the benefits. So that's the why. I get your point. Both of y'all got excellent points. Because if I was
no on your
but
on your
real,
side, like far as like the curating space, now that's an educating. I done those types of things, and it hadn't been I ain't discouraged by that, because at the end of the day, I'm not, if I can only, even if it was 20 people, I might not reach but one person. So it doesn't matter the quantity of people. I'm just saying, when it comes to business, like when it comes, this is something that I've saved for. This is something that I'm taking out of my account for. So I have to have a return when I'm talking about the bookstore. Even though the bookstore was going to be more than just a bookstore, but I can't, even with the ideal of it being a center for people to come and be educated.
Whenever the light bill due,
right?
That's what I was saying. That's a good idea. What is that? what is that?
Right.
That's a good idea.
Right. Before as the other things, I don't, I do that. I do those types of things, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I hadn't done it in a while, but I do those types of things. I ain't worried about no 20 or 30 people. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger, I've been part of so many different nonprofit organizations. I've been head of nonprofit organizations. I done wrote constitution and bylaws for nonprofit organizations. I done teamed up with so many different nonprofit organizations, with the Habitat of Humanity, different sororities, the county where we did trash. I mean, it was just so many different things that we did, where we go into schools and speak. When we had these things for the school, we would go in once a month. So I done a lot of groundwork. So it didn't, and even put on types of events where we would have people come out. I would, in the beginning, it discouraged me, but afterwards I got to thinking, if we can only touch and inspire and motivate and encourage and build one person, and there was only one person there, we did our jobs. It don't matter about the quantity of people. So me doing it, you know what I'm saying, that what gave me the joy. And when afterwards, when people will say, man, I love what you said, I'm gonna take what you said, I'm gonna apply it, because my thing is, once we talk about it, now we got to be practitioners of the things that we talk about. Now we got to make it applicable. Now we got to start, we know, so now we got to be practitioners of the things that we know. You know what I'm saying? But on the business side, you got to be smart. You just got to be smart when you investing a lot of money, because you want a return, you know what I'm saying, on your on your investment. And sometimes places and ideals that you have, like Sean said, it's about location. And I just understood before and I'm glad that I ended up not jumping into it, and just realized that it's about the location and it's about the place. And the location wasn't really what I wanted, and then where I'm at is not where I wanted, because that support is not going. I've been in existence for 5 years with Same Tree Different Brands Publishing. I can tell you on hand how many people don't patronize my business, whether they got a book published, whether they got something ghostwriting, whether they bought a piece of clothing, or even now with my media company, hired me to do photography or do a commercial for them. All of my stuff has been support from outside people that don't know me, but that believe in the campaign that I put on. Those are the supporters that I have. So that just didn't make sense when I thought about it. I'll be setting myself up for failure.
At one time.
Yeah. But let's get in. Let's wrap it on up, man. My brother LaDarius got to go. Let's get into the women's segment and wrap it up, man.
Let's get it.
Well, I'm so honored for this part. Like, the gravity actually hit me between yesterday and today. And I know Sean likes to ask, this is one of his favorite questions when it comes to like the being in the role. Do you feel a weight and pressure? And most people are like, well, yeah, there's gravity, but this women's segment is so important to me, because I get to do it, A, and B, there's so many women who on the whole spectrum, from people like Coretta Scott, who we were talking about today, who did, all the things that she did to like local people. I love local history. I love local people doing amazing things. So I got a chance to meet this amazing woman yesterday. And Mr. Damon, the owner of St. Kofi Kitchen, he been trying to link us up. When I was telling him about a book club, he was like, man, you need to meet Miss Rogers. She been had a book club for all this time. You got to meet her for months. So finally he was like, she got a book club coming up. And I was like, cool, I'm going to be there. And she 82 years old, been had a book club for 26 something years. And when I sat across from her, at first it was a lot of older ladies at the book club. I didn't know who she was, but even the people in the book club, they revere her. You know, you can tell there's a lot of respect there, and they're around the same age. And I was the youngest, but I'm old to myself. But I got a chance to be in that space with these older ladies as they talk about certain things. And I made y'all proud because one thing, I know I can't cuss like I want to on here, but I was quiet when I was supposed to be quiet. And I showed my respect when I was supposed to show my respect. And it was cute because I didn't read the book. I'm going to get to her in a minute. I didn't read the book. But, you know, everybody want to talk when it comes to the discussion piece. So she did a round robin. And because I didn't read the book, she skipped over me. Cool. But, you know, some people in their ego, I want to say something. You know, I want to be a part of the discussion. I'll ask questions. I didn't say nothing because I understand, you know, my place. Sometimes when we go into places, we got to speak. But a lot of times we just need to be quiet and show respect for the environment. And people will see that and respect you and give you a moment. So within all that, at the end, she was like, now, would you like to say something? I was like, absolutely. But then she was like, well, get up in front of the room. And I was like, well, damn. But it was neat to kind of have that balance of, okay, I'm going to be quiet and show my respect. And then she was like, okay, now it's your turn to talk. Okay, perfect. Because when we get in these spaces, a lot of times we fumble each other intergenerationally when we get in spaces. So I met this beautiful woman. Kofi, feel free to show pictures if you want to that I sent. Her name is Emma Rogers. She was born on September. Go ahead. I'm going to speak for a minute. She was born on September 16, 1944 in Niagara Falls, New York. And plus, I didn't know none of this bio. After I met her, I was like, let me get in her bio because she was real modest with it, but she 80-something. She completed her freshman year at Spelman College in Atlanta, Georgia, and graduated from Texas Southern University in Houston, Texas in 1966. In 77, she co-founded a mail order business for books, which eventually became the retail store Black Images Book Bazaar in Dallas, Texas. Rogers' support for African-American authors in association with Black Images Book Bazaar brought commercial success and critical acclaim to numerous authors, including J. California Cooper, Edward P. Jones, E. Lynn Harris, and Edward Ball. In 1995, Rogers founded Romance Slam Jam, an African-American book genre conference event. Kind of remind me of A.A. Lewis's Brave event. Hold on. The following year, Rogers was selected as a member of the U.S. Information Agency Corridors of Culture team, which presented works at the Muse to Marketplace Symposium in Accra, Ghana, Harare, Zimbabwe, and Namibia. I messed all that up. In 2005, she organized and led a trip to Ghana for students from that organization, an enrichment program for teenage girls. So she was taking teenage girls to Ghana in 2005. This same lady I met yesterday. Let's see. In 2006, she closed the bookstore. However, she continued to hold book signings for established authors. And then in 2007, she served 4 terms on the Dallas City Planning and Zoning Commission. Talk about activity. They talk about how she was an active participant in her community, involved in numerous organizations. She was also the director for the Dallas Civil Rights Center and served as a board member on a couple of organizations. She was the recipient of a ton of awards. So when I met her, I didn't know this whole bio, but I got so much inspiration from seeing the 82-year-old lady build a book club. She's renowned for the book bazaar that she had, and she's renowned for her continued community work. So that was Miss Emma Rogers. She's doing amazing. She has a book club called, hold on, let me get to it, y'all, because it's the cutest name of a book club I've ever seen. Black Pearl. Hold on, let me get to it. It was so cute. I said a lot, y'all. The elders is out here wilding. It was like black. Hold on, I don't want to lie. Give me 30 seconds.
And
Hold
I
on
didn't
now.
see the pictures. If
That's
you
good.
done the pictures, I didn't get them, sis. Where you send the
Okay.
pictures at?
I sent them. I think I sent them
Yeah,
separately. Give me just a second. Let me find the name of
yeah.
this
Because
book
the only
club.
thing I see is the PowerPoint and
It's on there.
the picture you had. Mm.
It's on the PowerPoint if you get a chance to get to it. But let me get y'all the name of this book club. It's called Black Pearls Keeping It Real. All the older ladies, 60, 70 plus, they in there keeping it real.
Black
This book.
Pearl.
I love
Okay.
stories, and the elders tell the best stories. So then when they was talking
Yeah.
about the book, I was in there like, and then when people chimed in, I was just drilling because that type of thing gets my gears going. But I'm proud to know her. I'm glad
Yeah.
for the connection, and I'm like, I got her number. So again, being active, being connected with people can really drive that inspiration. And I'm gonna ask her what it was like in the 70s when she opened that bookstore. I'm gonna ask her, and I'm gonna come back to y'all because if the word is y'all need to open stuff where y'all are at, then I'm gonna get the backing from the elders and be like, well, talk to my brothers because
Okay.
I don't know how we can help them or how we can support each other, but like,
Yeah.
let's get this popping because I can imagine that's a lot to take on. A brick and mortar, that's a goal, but
Yes.
it's a huge endeavor to take on. But I think it would be dope if that's something that you could start in your area. And then, maybe she had tips on how you could make it survive.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because,
Yeah.
she
Happy
did that
birthday,
in the
man.
nervous about it.
Look.
You
Salute to the elder.
Mm.
Salute. That's
That's
awesome.
in my project.
Hopefully we'll get a chance to meet her when we come out.
Facts. Because now I'm like, Miss
Yeah,
Rogers,
yeah. Well,
what's up? Now we up and stuck. She just don't know it yet.
yeah,
But we up and
yeah,
stuck.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a local
So there
legend.
y'all
Shout
have
out,
it, man.
yes, man.
Yes, shout out to the elder. Shout out to the elder. Still working. That's something
82.
I hope to achieve, man. That I
Yep, me
make
too.
it to be that age
Me too.
and still be working, man. That's a
Still
blessing, man.
talking
That's
that
definitely a
talk.
blessing.
They say we don't retire y'all. We die out, man. We don't retire y'all,
Yeah,
man. We die
that,
out. You know what I'm saying?
that's for sure.
Dr. Clark told the blind still doing speeches. All the other OGs in
Yep,
a wheelchair. They got to roll them
yeah.
up to the port. They still doing. I saw Ernest Gaines twice before he passed. Ernest
Mm-hmm.
Gaines in a wheelchair. Got a little
Mm-hmm.
sister kind of roll him around and she the handle or whatever. And he's still doing it
Yep.
till he died. My grandfather did it till he died. Like, that's how we do it.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I always thought he
And
had
I
a laugh. Oh, you say he went blind. That's crazy.
Yes.
see that's what I'm
Yep.
saying. But I appreciate too the space to speak about the women because there's a bunch of women
Yes.
that I get the opportunity to bring
Yes.
highlight to local and big stage. And
Yes.
it's a huge honor
Yes.
and I don't take it lightly. And I appreciate the space. Thank y'all so
Yes.
much
Yeah.
That's my favorite one because we and we'll end, but we always talk about the men and we never talk about the women, you know what I'm saying, as much as we talk about the men. And sometimes we be still locked in that male chauvinistic mindset because we develop that male chauvinistic mindset through being in the United States that this is a man's world. And then we also develop it through the religion. God is above man and man is above woman, right? So we develop
it's safe
this.
for me. Even today, y'all talked about women. Sean P talked
Yes.
about a woman.
Mhm.
LaDarius. So
Yes.
it makes safety for me because I'm sure people like how Dr. Wade surviving with them. They
Oh,
keep it
shoot.
safe.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's my favorite subject, you know what I'm saying? Yes, it's right. It's institutional too. So that's like my favorite one because you be sharing some of the things I know and some of it I don't know. So again, it's a learning process for me to go look up. And then, like I said, with this sister that you're talking about locally, because I love what you talk about things locally too. And I hope to meet that sister, when we come out there. So yeah. So, but that wraps up the Yep. But that wraps up the Griots Podcast. We appreciate those who came in and popped out. We appreciate those who stayed, and we appreciate those who will come back in the archive. I see that a lot now. We have more motion when the show is over. We have more people that come back and watch this episode. So hope you appreciate this episode. Hope you appreciate the game. I call it a game bowl, a knowledge bowl that my brother LaDarius provided for us. I hope you took some away from the discussion we had afterwards and how we felt about Black History Month. We hope that you go beyond the 28 days and continue to learn something about your ancestors, you know what I'm saying? And even, you participate in some of the ground roots, put your boots and foot on the ground and see if you can affect some type of positive change in your community as well. So on that note, man, peace and power. We'll see y'all back here next month at the same time. And we are out of here.
Go, Griot. Go, Griot. Go, Griot. Yeah, I'm in the city, yeah. I'm in the spot, in the vicinity. I'm the hottest up in the city, yeah, it really is. I studied the ones that was the realest, the illest, that invented that. Talking about Griot. Best African passengers for the streets, though. Adios, Neo. Make it get about the Afro-Latino. West Side Troll. Let's raise the bells to the ancestral fold. For the knowledge comes in the form of a griot. In the form of a griot. Oh! Go, Griot. Go, Griot. Go.